All right then. Well, I've got my scorecard ready. You've got the link, haven't you? And you are prepared. For anyone that's watching and anyone who watches in future, if you want to score this along with us as you're watching the fight, the link is in the description. If you want to find it manually on the website, you can go to the fight list from the menu, and then if you kind of go to the last page, the fights are listed in date order. So this is from 93. It should be on that first page, at least for the time being, and you can find it there and click through. Also, if you are wanting to join the streaming group so that you can see how you scored compared to us and the combined scorecard for everyone that's in that group and future fights that they score, you need to follow the instructions that again is in the video description. There is a code to join the group, so the code is in the description. You can go to your group section, enter the code, and you'll be into that group. So with that out of the way, I think it's time to play the video. Hopefully we won't have any issues. I will turn the volume down just so you can hear us.
McGirt in the blue trunks with the white trim. Pernell, Whitaker in the red trunks with the black trim. Whitaker weighed in at 146 and a quarter. McGirt at 147. And the lock McGirt.
Okay, away we go.
But now he'll find out quickly how far that left shoulder has advanced. Round one scheduled for 12.
Whitaker, also known as one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time, but you see him immediately take control of the ring.
Yep.
Coming forward, putting McGirt on his back foot. One of the best southpaws of all time as well. Just excellent fundamentals. Basically perfect footwork. The level changes, the knees are strong. The good stiff jab. When it comes to technical fighters, there's not many better.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm not really familiar with how these guys operate. I know, obviously, I know the names from as being legendary fighters. So, I'm hoping to learn a lot from, watching all of these fights with you. And this is the first time I'll have actually watched any actual boxing footage of both guys. So, interesting to see.
Yeah, Whitaker obviously known for his lateral movement. His reflexes are obviously some of the best of all time. So he was known for I think a Redondo analogy might be a bit harsh, but certainly was known to be quite defensive. I think someone once put it. He sometimes focused on making his opponents look bad instead of making himself look good.
Okay.
But I've actually really liked the stuff he's done so far. McGirt hasn't actually. I don't think he's really thrown anything with commitment. I think at least Whitaker is basically boxed more his fight.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen, isn't he? And McGirt's just kind of on the back foot, and I guess it's a feeling out round, trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, lack of activity so far.
Although McGirt's reflexes and defense himself has been very good. He's managed to get his head off the centre line. The kind of the good judgment of distance. He takes himself out of range just in time. You saw Whitaker just avoid that. Whitaker, I think, was a bit more busy in that first kind of minute for me. There's a good elbow block.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of it is actually landing, but you can. It's looking like he's trying to land something, so it's probably a little bit more effective. That's a good shot from the ropes.
The thing about the elites, though, is that when you look at the subtleties of it, they see the punches coming and they're actually mitigating or even taking away all the damage before he gets there. Like, I don't think there's been a legitimate hard clean shot landed this entire round.
Yeah, maybe one just there.
Half-landed, yeah. But you can see the head movement just taken away in time.
Oh Jesus, we're straight into round two. Let me just pause. I'll give us just a moment to get
Yeah.
some scores in.
That was
I didn't preempt the video. Okay, we'll go there. We confirmed. Alright, I'll get straight into the next round. We can move along pretty quickly this way. So, bit more action so far.
Yeah, I think McGirt's had a lot more success when he's thrown the right hand so far. It seems to have landed about 2 of them. Yeah, his distance is very good. He follows Whitaker just in time to kind of land the right hand, but he's backing up quite nicely as well. Seems to take away, well, that time, commentator's curse there, where Whitaker just perfectly lands the left hand just while losing range. But yeah, you see another thing about Whitaker there. He's an absolutely excellent inside fighter too.
So there's a bit of a lag going on.
Yeah.
I'll just pause it. It might be my internet.
But yeah, Whitaker, despite being this, defensive kind of wizard, a great inside fighter, very technically brilliant.
Oh, that was a great shot there.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Oh, we're having a bit of struggle here. I'll just do another pause. Sorry about this, folks. Maybe my internet's going a little bit slow for some reason.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
It's like watching boxing on a real stream.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, some technical difficulties here.
Just a grazing blow there.
Okay, hopefully it's settled down a little bit.
And Whitaker with the combination. McGirt's corner.
I'm gonna have to presume that landed.
Stand.
Oh, this is
Okay.
This has turned into something else. This looks like the Joshua Usyk stream you watch.
Okay, let's rewind. We can't be doing this. Let's go back a little bit. Can hear my computer whirring away. It's working hard. Right, let's go back.
Okay, yeah. Sets that up nicely. Great. Straight left. That was
McGirt thus far content to play the role of counterpuncher.
And I'm assuming it is my computer, not the actual stream itself, the actual video.
Just a grazing blow there.
well, a few good shots
Couple landed through there.
there. Finished with a nice right to the body.
To shorten up his stance.
Yeah. I think the ref got in the way of that for us to properly
Yeah.
see it.
Coming up on 30 seconds in round 2.
Yeah, McGirt kind of raised his activity level, landed more shots, but good thing about Whitaker is that he kind of raised his game to kind of match it. I think he's landed the best shots they're in so far. Some really good eye-catching ones, but
Yeah.
he's matched pace as well. He's made sure he's not really losing the exchanges.
There's a jab from McGirt. But just one.
Well.
Final seconds of round 3.
Well, from what I could gauge from that, I think it's a Whitaker round.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Bit
agree with
annoying.
that. I thought it was competitive, but I thought it was a good round for Whitaker. He was basically doing more what he wanted.
Yeah, agreed. Looks like we might get between rounds now rather than straight into the next round. Still struggling.
Al Cerdo talking to McGirt. Danny Milano in the corner along with Al Gavin. McGirt is a perennial slow starter. And this is the type of round where he usually starts to pick it up to third. Scheduled for 12.
Okay, we're in for the third round.
Buddy McGirt. Blue trunks, white trim. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, red trunks with the black trim. For McGirt's welterweight championship, the WBC version.
It's kind of fundamental orthodox southpaw stuff here for the elites, jabbing up over the top of each other, lead foot dominance,
Not doubling up on it.
even an occasional jab to the body, just looking for something different,
Mm-hmm.
not too committed with it. And you saw McGirt there just go straight with the lead, and then Whitaker matched it with him. So yeah, this is. Oh, there's another one, just straight down the pipe with it. This would be a great fight to watch on a technical level, especially for aspiring boxers or even just for film analysis, because what they're doing is, in terms of technique, is excellent.
Yeah.
He's letting them work their way out of here, which I always like as well. I think if they're not in close enough arms actually wrapped up, just let them fight. Good inside stuff.
Yeah.
Because actually Whitaker's getting the better of that. You can see him he's able to jockey his position more and just kind of really get the fluidity of the hook going. That's really nice.
Responding with the right hand. And the action picking up here.
Head's coming in close.
And Whitaker will trade with McGirt.
I like Whitaker. He really digs into the body as well. You can see him really.
Yeah, proper
land
whipping it
forward.
in.
Yeah. I think as well, people
Oh,
don't really appreciate,
shit.
especially at home, how much those hurt. Like, if you've ever been, hit or have a fall or anything to the solar plexus and you get properly winded, it's a horrible feeling.
Just did a nice uppercut right on the chin then. I mean,
Nice
McGirt's,
right hook around the gun,
McGirt's coming back with some nice shots, but
He just gets outlanded in the exchanges, though. I think
Yeah.
he gets outlanded about 2-1, and there's a beautiful
great
2-1
shot.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an uppercut, another one.
He's unfazed and he's walking forward and landing some good shots, Whitaker, so
Yeah. Oh, anyway, that was effortless, just kind of getting the gloves up in time to kind of the block there. Oh, there you go. That perfect defense. Just easy duck.
Both fighters picking their spots here in the third. Tempo picked up. Good feint by Buddy McGirt. As he alluded that.
so after this round I'm gonna have to pause because my computer seems to be freezing up. Okay, so let's well, I'm just gonna, nothing is actually working for us, so I'm gonna have to end and Hello, I think we are back. We had some technical issues. I've had to do a restart on my computer. I think we are all set to go again though. Are you still with us, Kaiser, on the line, please?
Yeah, I'm still here, ready to go.
Perfect. I think we are at the end of round 3. That's where the video still is at the moment. We've put our scores in. I will just move this forward a little bit.
Here's McGirt early in the third round.
Move it forward a bit between these. There we go. Alright, sorry about that, people. Hopefully we are sorted now and no more issues. Round 4, let's go.
Buddy McGirt in his 12th pro season. Pernell Whitaker in his 10th. Jab landed by McGirt. Toe to toe in the center of the ring. And Whitaker content to trade with McGirt. We have not seen a lot of McGirt's signature punch, his left hook.
So they're both just willing to stand there head to head, working the body.
Whitaker landing the jab.
Yeah, it's the action's actually really, really good. You can't really say enough about how high level it is. You know, the step back 1-inch counters. You know, the inside work. I mean, you don't see many inside fighters as good as Whitaker, even McGirt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like I say, it's so technically it's very good. The action might not be the most exciting, but just like you say, the technique and pure boxing, it's great uppercut there by Whitaker.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets out the way, or puts his arms and gloves just in the right places.
Mm-hmm.
You know, block combination, comes back, times the uppercut perfectly.
Tying up again in the middle. This is a pretty tough round so far. We've only got a minute left.
Yeah, I think whoever can land some really good shots in the last minute is probably eligible to steal it. Although,
Yeah,
I think so far, I think Whitaker maybe landed a few more body shots. So maybe favouring him so far, but really good
it's
shot.
a good shot. Yeah. Oh, it's a nicely timed.
Whitaker got through. Solid blow by Pernell.
There's a stiff jab as well.
Hmm.
Just,
Back to the body, good hook.
Combination by
yeah,
McGirt, punctuated by the right hand.
Oh, caught him on the head.
and there's a right hook as he tried to kind of leave.
Both fighters picking their spots here in the fourth. Good
And he just avoids the counter and then avoids the counter back.
Oh, that's a
another one
good
back.
shot.
Oh,
Ah,
there's another
man.
one back. Yeah, they're just not letting the other finish the exchange.
Yeah.
You know, they wanna capture the judges. Honestly, I'd be interested to know, what other people saw that, but that might be as close to a 50-50 round as I can see. I can
Yeah.
barely split them.
You know my thoughts.
Yeah.
You know my thoughts on 10-10.
I don't know. I think as well as that you only have like one chance just to kind of properly watch it, and you're just watching it now. And I think as you kind of said before, when we commentate this, it's always hard to remember every single punch that was landed in the first minute too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Buddy McGirt against Pernell Sweet B. Whitaker. WBC welterweight championship, Madison Square Garden, New York City. McGirt in the blue trunks, Whitaker in the red.
So just as we watch this first minute or so, just to explain for viewers, we would usually be looking at our scores compared side by side, But we went over time in the intro, and we've had technical issues, and there's some also technical issues for the scorecard comparison section as well. So we're just going to skip that for until the end of the fight. Okay. McGirt's looking a little bit more active. I didn't quite see that. Did you notice if there was a headbutt in there?
I think they did come in close, but I'm not sure how intentional it was. Yeah, McGirt seems content to be more in and out now. You know, good defense, eye-catching single shots most of the time. It's quite Pernell Hopkins in a way. You know.
That was a good little combination there. He's having a better round, I'd say. That, you know, we're over halfway through this one. Whitaker's still, he's got the centre ring and coming forward. McGirt's being just more active, isn't he? At this point.
I think he wants to box more of his own fight. Whitaker seems happy to come forward and at least get on the inside, but you saw McGirt there just kind of try and almost get the underhooks just to kind of stop him. You know, there he is trying to kind of control the range, you know, get his shoulder basically to fully control the inside, but most of the time he's happy to box more on the outside, pick his shots more. So he's changed his strategy a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's working out quite well.
Yeah, yes. I'd say, you know, previous rounds, Whitaker looked to be controlling the action a bit more, whereas this time, McGirt, he's stood slightly back, just controlling that distance a bit more. And he's just coming occasionally, so that's good body work.
Yeah, Whitaker is really trying to pour out with the combinations last minute, trying to steal it.
Yeah. It's his best round for me there, for Buddy.
I think so. Oh, the thing is as well, I think it was still close. Honestly, I don't think I would complain too much if someone gave that to Whitaker because he was so busy.
Yeah,
but,
true.
But there was the combinations he was pulling, the movement. You can't not say that he wasn't boxing his own fight too. Oh, that's an interesting one. I think I'm going to go with McGirt there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the few times the commentators will say that, and I'll probably agree.
Oh,
there's
some nice work. That's a good combination there.
Yeah, he got the full leverage on that. He didn't really have it in the last round. He did to the body, but not really to the head. But it was good.
Yeah, it's not letting McGirt keep that distance that he had in the previous round. He's a little bit more now. But jab battle at the moment.
Yeah, you can even see with the Southpaw Orthodox dynamic. You can see Pernell. Obviously, his feet are faster. You can see him that quick kind of sidestep just to get out to the outside of McGirt's lead foot just before he jabs. Yeah. That's when he has the most success because obviously he's fully in control of the range. You know, the flank is basically exposed. Yeah, better rounds for McGirt here. Sorry, Whitaker.
Whitaker, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just over halfway. I'd say so far he's winning.
It's the jab as well. He's went back to the basics. It's the jab and footwork as well than this.
He's just controlling it, isn't he?
Yeah, he just sidestep, just got on with the counter jab. Don't think that landed flush thing. He just kind of ducked and managed to get a little bit of a block on that.
Getting a little bit scrappy. It's another tough one.
Well, he's just caught himself on the ropes, and when you're already getting outlanded in the round, and the good thing about Whitaker is that he's making sure to basically outland his opponents in the last minute,
Yeah.
make sure he lands the combinations and the best shots, and yeah, he just
Probably has
trying to
won
steal
him a
it.
few rounds, yeah.
And yeah, I think he's definitely secured this round in the last
Yeah,
minute here.
he has.
If
Some
there's
nice
any doubt, yeah.
nice body shots in there, and he's making McGirt miss.
It's like making an argument to the judges, give me this round, and they just do it in the last 30 seconds.
Oh, it's a nice shot at the end there.
Yeah, just to let himself get at work there.
Yep, John Duddy making an appearance.
Yeah.
We'll skip along. We don't need their analysis. We're doing it all for you. Cheers, John.
Well, so far, after half the fight, you would say Whitaker's looking well for moving up in weight, challenging welterweight champion, very experienced guy. He's looking well. I think so far he's probably ahead on points. I think most scores on this would have him ahead, and say he looked the better boxer so far. He's looked better inside and outside as well.
Yep.
All the ranges he seems to adapt better.
Warning from Hazard for Whitaker to keep those punches up. This is almost a chess match.
Another battle of jabs. The other thing is that McGirt seems more aggressive now. He seems to come to the centre of the ring and try and put Whitaker on his back foot now. I'm not sure. We didn't hear the corner work, but I presume they've told him to be more aggressive because they must feel he's behind.
Yeah.
He needs to really make a case in the second half. He's done quite well. He hasn't got that jab going a bit and landed a few nice right hands, but obviously Whitaker is an excellent counter puncher. He takes a step back, but he will obviously time you as well. That's a nice kind of block. His defensive instincts are second to none. Kind of grazed the chin kind of down to the chest there. Oh, there's a lot more aggressive from McGirt here, and he wants to now go back to the inside though.
Yeah, body
Like
shots.
he doesn't want to lose the exchanges. Yeah. The understatement.
We're coming up to the last 30 seconds.
That's a nice jab. We'll see if Whitaker tries to steal this, because I actually think McGirt's had a pretty good round here. I mean, Whitaker's had a good round as well, but McGirt is
And it's so.
authority back on it.
Oh, that's a
that
great
was
shot.
nice left hand.
I was just going to say it's kind of hard not to kind of score it as a single individual round. You kind of
Yeah.
take into account previous rounds, don't you? And
Yeah.
I think maybe that sweet shot at the end might have just was the decider for me. I'll just do a quick pause on that because we're straight into the next round. Give us a second. Alright. We'll continue. Round 8.
And now Whitaker again starts on the inside instead of where he was at the end of the last round, which was moving much more.
there's a nice right hand down the pipe.
Nice. Oh, and another one right in the chin there. That one was definitely a flush.
Still, McGirt is not finishing with his left hook.
You know, these two are very good. The fact that it's a orthodox versus southpaw and they're not been falling over each other or made it too scrappy.
Yeah.
Even when Whitaker gets hit, he quickly gets back into a terrific stance.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things people. It's hard to appreciate when you're watching elite stuff. Is that everything about them was good though? Like the balance, the timing it's like decades inside a boxing gym sparring, and doing the full training camps and having all those fights and all that experience and different opponents.
Yeah. So it's easy to underappreciate it, really.
Yeah.
So coming up to a minute left. This is a tough round again. Nice uppercut.
Yeah, McGirt's found a bit more of the right hand. The two earlier in the round, but he landed a few good uppercuts there on the inside, which I thought were the best punches of the exchange. So for me, I think as good as Whitaker is in terms of keeping busy and kind of match the exchanges, I do think McGirt may have just had a little bit more spite in the shots so far.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's forced the things a bit more.
As soon as we say that, Whitaker's going to come back and then he lands the best shots there in the last 30 seconds.
True to form.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great shot.
just exceptionally timed as well.
And the blocking there as well.
Well, I think I'm gonna still edge to McGirt just based on he was a bit more consistent throughout the round. Where I thought Whitaker, his main argument was the work he did in the last 30 seconds. But if you were scoring that live, you'd have given that round to Whitaker.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing you would have seen. Oh.
I think I'm inclined to go with Whitaker on that one, to be honest. And it's now getting, a one-way street from my scores.
See, I watched this fight a while ago, and I remember not seeing the controversy behind it. That's obviously was my opinion at the time. I didn't say it because I don't want to prejudice things, but I remember always thinking that Whitaker was a clear winner. A lot. If you look online, there's a lot of scorecards out there, that have a draw or 7-5 McGirt, and I can't even give that now. I think at this rate.
I'm struggling for that. Yeah. It's funny. Go ahead.
Sorry, I think McGirt had a shoulder injury as well. So I think they were all saying, why doesn't he use the left hook? I'm not sure if it was the left shoulder that was a bit more damaged, so he could only really probe, throw the jab with it, and he's focused more on the right hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really nice.
Great shot, yeah. I think the commentator might have mentioned that at the very start of the fight. I'm sure they mentioned the shoulder issue. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these rounds have been close, and McGirt has had his success. It's just that
Whitaker just seems that little. I don't know how to say it. I think it's just that little bit better, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's that little bit better on the outside. He times the left hand straight down the pipe just that little bit better. His jab is a little bit better.
Yeah.
The inside work, the body shots are just that little bit better.
Might be a technique thing. It looks a bit flashier.
Yeah.
Southpaw, maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't think I think as well. I don't think I've given any round 70-30. I think they've all been 50-50s to 60-40s at worst. So McGirt has definitely been competitive. It's a good fight, but
yeah, I mean, he's not being outclassed. He's kind of matching him. It just seems that Whitaker's slightly better. That's a great shot left.
This is a kind of Grayson right hand when he falls about others. I can't even tell if that landed or not. 'Cause
No.
I saw the left glove move in time. I think he might have just knocked that away in time, and then just
See-
avoids that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
crazy
good.
stuff.
This is good stuff. I mean, this is a case of what you prefer. You know, McGirt's he's moving forward. He's forcing the action. Probably throwing a bit more, but then Whitaker's effectively countering him and landing. It's so difficult. I think I'm swaying with McGirt for this one. Oh, that's a great shot though.
And McGirt missing as Whitaker continues to slip and slide. Whitaker, who has great admiration for Willie Pep, who once won a round without throwing a punch.
That's a myth, by the way. Couldn't disprove him now, but
Ninth is wide.
Oh, that's a good shot.
and Whitaker doing Whitaker things, just trying to capitalise that round with the
Yep.
combination at the end of it. I'm gonna go Whitaker with that one. This fight might be our first one where we actually have disagreed on.
Yeah,
quite a few
probably.
rounds.
I've let it carry on. Is that alright? You
Yeah,
still?
that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I think championship rounds territory here, but I've got Whitaker miles ahead. I think as well that I think quite a few of the rounds have been clear as well. And I'd have to go back through it, but I have a feeling that 4 or 5 of the rounds so far, I think, have been clearly Whitaker. So
Yeah.
I think it's definitely in McGirt's territory to force the pace a bit more here. Oh, there's a beautiful shot as well.
I'm gonna have to do a manual tally up because I've continued my scorecard from when my computer died, and the rounds are just not right for some reason.
Right.
The total's correct. I've got it 88-84.
hmm
As we mentioned earlier, he was injured in that fight against Leon.
I need to look into that.
He's undergone surgery.
Always bugs. Always bugs.
Okay, but hasn't shown it here. McGirt landing a decent right.
So halfway through round 10. What's the verdict so far?
Well, it's been see, the word isn't quieter because both have thrown, but it's been a less effective round because they've both been nullifying each other for the most part.
Yeah.
I think both have really struggled to land that clean shot. I mean, it's really been a bit of give and take here.
Mhm.
I mean, I think this is really up for grabs in the last minute. Because both have only managed to land that grazing backhand, really.
Yeah.
They've not had the full extension, but both are kind of doing what they want to do. It's counter, avoid counter, you know.
Like I say, I think the output's not quite as much as previous rounds, is it? But
Seems
McGirt finally throwing a jab.
decent head movement and one or two grazing jabs there.
yeah,
I actually think, oh, there's a good right
that's a
hand.
good right hand.
No, I think that's could be McGirt's territory to steal it because I think he has been. And then more body shots as well.
Last 10 seconds. That's a nice combination at the end.
Yeah.
But don't see it being enough, to be honest. I agree. I think McGirt might have won this one just on output alone, possibly coming forward a bit. It sounds like the commentary had disagreed with us there, but whatever. What do they know? Don't be smiling.
This legitimately, I think, is one of the hardest fights to score.
Yeah, I think it's the most difficult one that we've watched so far. I mean,
Yeah.
Barrera Morales was obviously difficult just through the sheer amount of punches being thrown, but this feels like it should have been much closer than our scorecards likely suggest.
Yeah.
Like I say, all of the rounds have not been totally one-sided one way or the other, but it's one of them where a scorecard could easily get lopsided just by the slightest of margins each round, but it adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think some people as well often go, you know, they know there's been like 3 close rounds and they've scored the first 2 to Whitaker, so, you know, if round 10's a close one, they give it to McGirt.
Yeah.
Balance the card out, but for me, if I think one guy just did one thing better, I'll just give it to him. So,
Yeah.
You know, if
And
there
then-
have been close rounds, I'd probably favour Whitaker.
And there's also the brigade that go, oh, it was close, give it to the champion.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily like. I know that they say you gotta go and win the title, but still.
If it's like 50-50, you can't split them, or the champion should win it by default. Well, it's 50-50, and
Yeah.
you cannot split them with a gun to your head. Just score 10-10.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
You may know what to do it, but that's it.
had a long Twitter exchange with someone right out of the blue, and they was like, oh, he scored for the champion. I was like, well, hang on a second. How about this? How about if both fighters literally danced around and didn't throw a single shot? So technically, none of them won the round. It was a dead even round.
Yeah.
In that instance, he's like, well, then you give it 10-10.
Yes. That doesn't make any sense, though. It doesn't. First 2 minutes, I have to admit, I think I've liked the stuff from McGirt.
Yeah, I'd say.
It's good defense, but McGirt has managed to slip a few of those right hands through, and those right hands have been the most effective shots. Even there, you know, Whitaker kind of slipped inside, tried to land the left uppercut to the body, but McGirt just had that step back in time just to avoid it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shot. And another one.
There's another one.
I think that's the first time that he's timed him, Whitaker.
Yeah, Whitaker seems to have been taking a bit of the foot off the gas here.
Yeah.
Must obviously know he's ahead, but
I'd say so, yeah.
just they've been timed a few times there, as you kind of said.
But again,
Spot on, just coming forward.
towards the end of the round, though, he's giving it a go to nick it, I think.
Yeah. McGirt just doing the smart thing there, just kind of either just trying to control the arms or just kind of get up close and basically give him no punching room. I think that's been McGirt's best round.
Best round, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Because I thought the punches were really crisp.
So into the last round. Oh, I've got it tighter than I thought now. I've got 106, 104.
I've got it 107, 102.
A tone of desperation in the corner of McGirt.
Yeah, to be fair, anyone who's had this fight a draw, that corner might be your answer to that.
So he was down at lightweight, was he? Okay.
That's the Terence Crawford route, lightweight, junior, welterweight, and then welterweight.
Last round then. He wants it.
There's a quick right hand lead down the pipe just to start it off. And there's the commentators as well. Not saying obviously they're right, but they are right in this instance.
Yeah.
I don't understand how everyone could have Whitaker ahead though. He just is. Like, we've watched the same fight. We've disagreed on some of the rounds, but we both know he's ahead. He's winning the fight.
Yeah, he's got to be winning the fight. You can't really see him not winning. Or
Yeah. I mean,
Even- Go
it's
on.
in the territory where McGirt needs like the 3 knockdowns to make it like close.
Yeah.
You know, then if you give him with a close round, yeah, you maybe see him winning, but.
It's
Oh,
going,
and
look
then-
at that. I mean, I think he landed a few, but then
Yeah, just do the classic kind of theatrics of Whitaker just dropping his hands and just.
some impressive reflexes going on.
Yeah. He's just inclined just to take the piss now.
Yeah, don't like that.
It's funny as well that, you know, he just bends below the waist. I know it's just a bit, for him obviously, it's just a bit of kind of theatrics of it, but just dropping his hands out of range as well. But
What is
you're
he
actually
doing?
not allowed to below. You're actually allowed to duck below your
The
opponent's
blow.
waist. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, technically should get warned for it, but you know, if you're the A side earning whatever $1.2 million, the referee will say fuck
Yeah.
all about it.
It's the last round. You're winning, coasting, let him entertain the crowd.
There's a nice one coming forward.
I mean, he's losing the round, so
Yeah, this is just a
it's
throw a few
thro-
jabs
it's a throwaway,
in the
isn't
crowd
it?
and just not get knocked out type round.
Yeah. He's back to his boxing now. Last 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind of Pernell Whitaker now. Almost in a nutshell in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Luke Diva trying to fight with someone.
Kicking off.
This is like the most Lou Duva Pernell Whitaker fight there is. Perfect boxing skill, and the trainers try to have some sort of fight as well.
Ref wants a hug. Fair
Yeah,
enough. Oh, I'm going to say, please tell us we get a score.
just in case it was a round decision.
Mm.
Judge Rudy Ortega, he watched it at 115-114. And Judge Chuck Jampa, he observed 115-113.
The legendary Chuck.
By unanimous decision. And a brand new WBC World Champion, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
There's some pretty wide scores there.
32-1, and he's got his third world title.
I think I could see. I mean, Chuck Champa had a 7-5 Whitaker. I think I could see that. I think 9-3 Whitaker's a little bit on the harsher side, but I think if you gave McGirt just, I think McGirt only won 3 clear rounds as well. I have to go through his card, but 11, 12, and you give him 5. They all gave him 5. Did I give him 5? 5. Yes. So it's a bit harsh, but not in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Rudy Ortega had it 6-5, 1 even. So, not the worst cards. I think at least, yeah. I think the winner was right. I don't see any controversy though, really.
No.
Whitaker was more than a worthy winner.
So what did I have? My tallying up has gone a little bit haywire for some reason on my looking at my score. So I'm just
You have it like 124, 132.
No. I've got it 115, 114, but like underneath it gives like the rounds the opposite way. I think possibly.
Right.
If that's right, let me just tally it up. I've got
Oh, the
Whitaker.
scorecard comparison's working now.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
That'd be useful. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it is. 115, 114. It's kind of working. I've got a random bracket there. No, it's still gone a little bit haywire. My, the 4 rounds to 7. And I think that's because of some glitch when you start the scorecard and then come back to it. So I scored an even round on round 4. That one that was really close. And then we differed from 3 rounds, 8, 9 and 10. We went different ways, which is interesting. Let me try and get the card up on the stream. Somewhere. Okay. Are you still with us?
I'm still here.
Should be able to see the side by side now on the stream.
Yep.
So yeah, as I was saying, we kind of went similar early on. The first 3 rounds we gave to Whitaker. First 4, sorry. And then it went to McGirt. Round 5. And then again we had the same exactly for round 6 for Whitaker. Round 7 for Whitaker. And then we started disagreeing. So in round 8 I had Whitaker winning, you had McGirt. Our reasons kind of reflect that. You went for the landing, the cleaner, more effective shots. I went for the counter punching instead. The next round I went McGirt, that was more on the front foot, and you went Whitaker, and then again I went McGirt for the next 2 rounds. You gave round 10 to Whitaker instead for a significant punch combo. We had the same round 11, and we both gave McGirt that last kind of throwaway round. So I had it pretty close, really. 115, 114, and you had it 116, 112. So, interesting. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's. I think because both guys change tactics and they kind of exhibit different styles. They both kind of take turns on the inside and outside. There's McGirt comes on strong. It's an interesting fight. I think it could be broken down maybe round by round to see what really lands, because their defense is so good that inevitably you are counting stuff that doesn't land, or you think something lands that doesn't, back and forth. So it's an interesting one. Ultimately, it was very competitive. I mean, look, we have the same in terms of the 51.6 to 48.3. So the rounds, a lot of them were 55-45, and that really becomes the point of what do you actually prefer?
Yeah.
Or legitimately, what do you prefer? Because Whitaker certainly wasn't going out his way at points, leaving it to the last 30 seconds to try and rally it, get a combination or a good shot just to kind of steal it. Whereas McGirt, using the left lead to just try to occupy the space. It was an interesting tactical affair. I think the decision was good though. I thought Whitaker did enough, but
Yeah.
maybe I don't the question after all.
Yeah, I think it was a correct decision. I think my scorecard is kind of slightly closer than probably the fight really was. I think I was some of these later rounds, 9 and 10. Maybe I kind of went more off McGirt kind of being a little bit better than he had been previously, and I swayed it that way. I think the total rounds comes for mine is Whitaker 6 rounds, McGirt 5 rounds, and then I scored that one even as well.
If you hadn't have seen the scorecard, which I know sounds a bit strange because obviously we've kind of discussed it in detail, do you think that Whitaker had won like 7-5, 8-4?
Yeah.
Was that yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that was entertaining fight. Really good technical stuff.
Yeah.
And different again. I don't think we've had a welterweight one so far, especially one with. I think that must have been the highest level so far. 2 pound for pound. What should have been 2 undefeated pound for pounders, unless I'm mistaken. Unless Buddy McGirt lost before Whitaker.
I think he'd lost.
Oh yeah, he had actually. Yeah, he got stopped by McGirt Taylor. Okay.
Okay.
I've never seen that fight.
There we go.
Was it with McGirt Taylor in the 12th round? Honestly.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good fight to watch. Difficult to score, and I'm sure that we'll probably find some other bouts where both of those guys are in for future.